guys, so today I'm here with my very first advice series video, and I decided to call these Kirsten Talks instead of just advice whatever, because I think it sounds a little bit better and it just sounds a lot nicer. Before I get started with the actual video though, I'm gonna make these sort of like my Ask Kirsten videos. Like in those videos I ask you to leave comments or questions in the comments. So for these types of videos, these advice videos, if you have any like generalized topic that you think would make a really good advice video or that you just want advice from me on, try to make it something that appeals to more than one person, not like a specific situation. Leave it in the comments below. If you agree with that, thumbs it up. The one with the most thumbs up I will do next. So yeah. Okay, so like the title says, this is my long distance relationship video, and it does say part 1. The reason it says part 1, there's going to be 3 parts, is that this one is part 1, obviously, and I'm doing it 1 month into the long distance relationship. The second part will be 6 months in, and then the third part will be 12 months in, or a year in, or when it's completely over, because we're only going to be long distance for a year. And I know a lot of people, like even when I said that I was doing this after a month, were really confused. Everybody was like, I don't understand how you think you can give advice when you've only been in a long distance relationship for a month. I've been in one for like 6 years, and I mean, I think that some of the things that I want to talk about are pretty basic things to kind of like, things to do, things to kind of help you cope and stuff like that. I also want to apologize. I filmed this video like 4 times already, and each time when I've watched it, I either said I mean too much, I talked about something for too long, or I just didn't get out any of the things that I really wanted to say. So I made a post-it note of some of the topics that I want to cover, and I apologize for my Angry Birds Band-Aid. I cut my finger, and that's all the Band-Aids we have in the house. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Again, this is all stuff that has helped me. This is all stuff that has worked for me. So don't like take all of this and think it's gonna work for your specific situation. Kind of like mix it up so it works with your relationship and it kind of like helps you out and stuff like that. This freaking gnat is gonna kill me. Alright, so the first thing that I want to talk about is my relationship with Brian and sort of things so you guys can kind of get an understanding of where I'm coming from and stuff like that. Sorry I use my hands when I talk. This is a very casual video for me, so I talk with my hands. So before Brian and I had become a long distance couple, we had been in a relationship for a year and 9 months, which is a really long time in high school and a really long time for me, just because the longest relationship I've ever had was 8 months, so a year and 9 months is like phenomenal for me. So I mean, we had been in a relationship for a very long time. We were used to seeing each other every single day. Junior year we had every single class together, so we were pretty much attached at the hip. We saw each other on the weekends. I mean, we were constantly seeing each other. We still like had school and jobs and things like that, but we still, you know, saw each other every day because we had school together. The longest, I believe, before we became long distance that we had ever gone without seeing each other was 10 days, and that's when like one of us would travel. Like he was always going to New York or Pennsylvania, and I mean I went to Ohio and stuff like that. So I mean the longest we'd ever been without each other was 10 days. So going into the long distance relationship, it was pretty rough for the both of us. Like I said, we're used to seeing each other, so it was like weird not waking up and getting ready to go see Brian. It was just very difficult. The thing with us, I'm a very big texter. I enjoy texting out my thoughts and, you know, writing out my thoughts and things like that. I do enjoy talking on the phone, but mostly at night. Like when I'm laying down, I enjoy talking on the phone because that's when I can like talk about my day and I'm just relaxed and I'm not feeling rushed or anything like I have to do anything. Brian's one of those people that hates texting. He would rather call you on the phone and talk to you, especially because in his car you can just like press call, say call Kirsten out loud, and it calls me and he can just talk into his car. So I mean, for him, it's just easier to talk on the phone. So that was a little bit of a problem we had at the beginning because I was always wanting to text and he was always wanting to call. But I mean, we sort of figured that out. Sorry I'm saying I mean a lot. I mean it, you know? So yeah, like I said. So basically, that was our relationship. Some of the tips that I there's 3 key factors I think to a long distance relationship that can make it work, whether or not you've been in a relationship for 3 months before going in, 6 months, 2 weeks, a year, 5 years. There's 3 key factors that I honestly think are what's gonna make or break your long distance relationship, regardless of how far away or how long you're apart from each other. The first thing, or the first 2 things, kind of go hand in hand. It's trust and being completely honest. So trust and honesty. If you trust your significant other I mean, you're pretty much golden, because you want that trust, because if you can't trust your significant other going into a long-distance relationship, then there's really no relationship. Even if you're not in long distance, trust is a really big key factor in a relationship. So Brian and I completely trust each other. We both get really jealous, like we have those jealous tendencies, but when we came into this long-distance relationship and we started doing stuff, like Brian started school, well, today's Thursday for me, so for you guys it's Friday. Brian started school today, and I mean, I'm not going to lie, not only was I jealous because he was going to the school that I was supposed to be going to for this year, my final senior year, but I mean, he's going to school without me, and I can't like be there like watching like a hawk, you know? Not like I do that, but just I was jealous because I wanted to see him and I wanted to be at school, and I'm jealous of everybody that got to see him today because I wanted to be there to see him. When I went on my yearbook meeting, when I met some of the kids from the yearbook staff. So when I went to my yearbook meeting, basically I told Brian, I was like, there's 2 guys here, and I told him and everything, and of course he was like jokingly like, don't cheat on me, blah blah blah. Like, we have those jealous tendencies. We don't really like attack each other over things like that because we both trust each other. He knows I'm not gonna run off with some guy here. I mean, believe me, I'm not going to run off with some guy here and start dating them behind his back. I would never do that. And I completely trust Brian to not do anything with any of the girls there. I mean, I know there's a lot of new girls there. And that's the thing with long distance and like the military, is that yeah, like to you guys, it may seem like I'm the only person that moved, but a whole lot of my class actually left, so a whole new group of people came in. So that means a whole new group of girls. So I mean, I'm not jealous. You just kind of have to keep the whole trust thing together. And like with trust, I said honesty. You have to be completely honest with your significant other. I mean, if something happens, say you go to Olive Garden. I went to Olive Garden. This is something that happened to me. You go to Olive Garden and the waiter like sort of hits on you, but not really. And if you like kind of keep it to yourself and not tell your partner, then if that comes up later in like a joke or something, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that waiter. They're like, what waiter? You know how bad that sounds? So you have to be completely honest. Say things straight up. Just kind of let them know what happened. Stuff like that. If you trust your partner, you should trust that nothing happened. And if you're honest with your partner, then there you go. And then the third thing that I think is really important in any relationship, long distance or not, is communication. Well, I guess especially in long distance relationships, you always want to keep a constant line of communication with your partner, because if you just stop talking to your partner for a day, it's like, what happened, you know? You just got to keep that constant line of communication, whether or not you're texting them every once in a while, calling on the phone to say goodnight and stuff like that, emailing them even. I don't know your life. I don't know what you do. So, I mean, you might like to email. I don't know. You may like to write snail mail. It's all up to you. So, keeping communication, honesty, and trust, I think that's 3 main factors that are actually super duper important in a relationship, but a lot more important in a long distance relationship. Right now I have a few tips for you guys of things that I've been doing and things that you could do to sort of keep yourself calm and like in an very calm emotional state instead of crying every single day. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I haven't cried once since I moved here because of being in a long distance relationship, because I actually trust my relationship and I know that I'll be okay. So if you cry all the time like worrying about your relationship, that may be an obvious sign of something. Not trying to be a little crazy there, but these are some tips of things that I have been doing. Something that I've been doing every single day, I have it right here, is writing a letter every single night to Brian, kind of talking about my day, telling him like how much I miss him and things like that. I don't want to give too much away because I'm going to eventually send it to him, but I have just this plain black notebook. I wanted to get like a fancier one, but I started writing the letters the first day I came here, and this was the only clean notebook that I had. So I've just been writing like pretty decently sized letters every single day. As you can see, this one's pretty long. I've been writing pretty long letters every single day, just describing everything in detail, just letting him know things that have been happening and stuff like that. And it's really been like kind of letting me relieve the day off me, but like telling Brian as well. And I'm really excited to send this to him once this is filled up, because it'll just give him something to read and something to like look back on and laugh if I was being a little ridiculous in one of my letters or something like that. And then another one of my tips is to send presents. Like I said, I'm sending this little notebook, I guess, of letters. I'm also sending him a box of stuff for our 2-year anniversary. Our 2-year anniversary is in October. I'm really excited about that. So we set like a price limit. We're going to send presents, sending presents on the holidays, sending cards or whatever, whenever. Just like a surprise in the mailbox is really, really cute. And you can also, like I said, with presents, you can make stuff, do a lot of do-it-yourself kind of crafts. I've been really into Pinterest lately and pinning a lot of like holiday-related stuff and food that I can send to him, like those cakes you can make in mason jars, and they're good forever. My mom actually used to send those to my dad in Afghanistan because it would take like 2 to 3 weeks for him to get the package. So you don't want to send him like brownies if they're going to go bad in 2 to 3 weeks. So she would send like mason jars filled with cakes and stuff, and you can actually eat them and they're really good. So I got that idea from her. I've been doing a lot of stuff on Pinterest. I've also been learning how to make bracelets, and I bought a bunch of string from Michael recently, so I just made him this bracelet. He picked out the colors for me. It's just a blue and white little bracelet that I made for him, and I'm pretty sure this is his wrist size. I mean, it's too big for me, so I know this is his wrist size. And just making stuff, little do-it-yourself stuff, crafts and stuff, it'll keep you busy and it'll have stuff to send to your significant other. It'll be really, really cute. And then like I said, keep yourself busy. You don't want to be sitting on your butt all day, like myself, doing nothing and kind of just draining on the fact that you're not with your significant other. You want to be able to go out and do stuff. Now, I don't start school for a week and a half. Like I said, Brian started today. I start on the 4th. So when I start school, I know I'm going to be extremely busy. I'm hoping to join a club after school. It's like a teacher club, so I mean, obviously I want to join it. So that'll keep me a little bit busy, as well as for you guys, like I said, this is Friday, but for me it's Thursday. Tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. so early, I have an interview for a job, so I'm hoping to get a job as well, which I'm really excited about. Maybe I'll put an annotation if I got the job or not, if I know or not. But I have an interview for a job. Brian has school, he has soccer, he has a job as well. I do YouTube, obviously. I have a set schedule. I upload every other day, so I've been pre-filming and filming a whole lot and editing and just keeping myself busy with that and stuff like that. So I mean, keep yourself busy. Obviously, if you don't do YouTube videos and if you don't have a job, you don't know what to do, organize. I mean, I've organized a heck out of my makeup collection so far. You can, what else is there? I mean, do-it-yourself stuff is honestly really, really fun, and craft stuff at Michael's is super duper cheap, especially if you go into like the clearance section, which is where I got all like my little stationery for my P.O. box things and stuff like that. It's really cheap. So a lot of different things. There's a lot of stuff you can do to keep yourself busy. I do recommend getting a job though that'll like give you so much money to save up and stuff. So yeah. Oh my gosh, and one more thing I want to mention. I totally almost forgot about this. I have my phone sitting next to me, and I talked about this in my What's on my iPhone video, and it's an app called Pair, P-A-I-R, and it's basically an app for just you and your significant other. I know a lot of people that have downloaded it, like that live next to each other or whatever, but Brian and I do it. I think it's mostly made for long distance relationships. It's basically like a Facebook feed for just you and your partner. Like what I did was I downloaded the app first. I sent a email to Brian with like the app request in it. He accepted it, and then we got put on the same thing, obviously, because we're together. And then basically you can text through it, you can send pictures, videos, basic boring stuff, but you can also do thumb kissing, which is where you both hold your thumbs up to the screen. It has like a little thumbprint. It's not your thumbprint, obviously. This phone is not that smart. And you can like hold it together, and if you hold your thumbs together for like 3 seconds, it kisses them. But Brian and I chase our thumbs around. And also, you can do live sketch, which is where Brian and I play tic-tac-toe, but you can just like draw pictures and like write and stuff. It's really, really fun. I totally recommend it. It is free, but I mean, I think it's really great as well. So that's basically it. Sorry I had to come back and make another little video. I totally forgot about that. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to leave your suggestions in the comment section. Thumbs it up if you like that one and stuff like that. I'll do it probably in like a month or so. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!